Follow the channel and stay tuned for learning videos.
Okay, now the today's agenda is like we are going to see what is customer service and what is the customer service life cycle. Okay, so till yesterday we have seen how CRM URL will be like, right? Whenever we open CRM, it will be like this. Okay, now we have seen what is the Dynamics 365 app we are getting. So within that, customer service is the one of the Dynamics 365 app. So for it, we have it Copilot service workspace in our CRM. If you see the name here, Copilot service workspace. Now, before dive into Copilot service workspace, just understand what we have here. So on top, you have Dynamics 365 because this is the in this environment you have the Dynamics 365 apps. Okay. Now, if you see under this environment you have Dynamics 365 because if you open another environment which is given by which we have another one, this dev one. Here if you open, it's directly showing power apps because it doesn't have any Dynamics 365. So whatever the app here you will be creating, that will be like a normal model driven app. It's not a any out of the box app. That's why it is having a different color. Now coming to the this section, so whatever we have this one, right? This one we will call it as a sitemap navigation. So if you want to add any entity, any table or any dashboards, everything we will be creating here. Okay, suppose here we have dashboard cases and you added some new entity for your business for some business requirement. Then if you want to add that in this here you will be creating. Okay, in this sitemap navigation. In this sitemap navigation, we can have multiple areas instead of single. Right now, if you see, we have a single area, right? In a, instead of you can have a sections as well. Okay. So this is the sitemap. Now, if you open anything, let me open case. So if you see, this is the case. So whenever you open any case, it is showing my active cases. If you open contact as well, it will show my active contact. So everything will be like a some we will have a some predefined layout for everything is these are the tables. Whatever you open, that will have the like pre-default template. So if you see here, you have all ongoing conversations, all active contacts. These we will call it as a views. So what views will be doing basically to show the data instead of a single record data to show you multiple records data, views will be used. If you see right now it is rows 0, but if you have a right data, it will show a number of records here and number of rows here. So basically you need to understand what do you mean by sitemap and what do you mean by view, then what do you mean by form, like that. Okay, so now we have seen what is meant by view, right? Then next we will have a form. So what we understood from last class, UI means basically it will be interacting with user, right? User interface. Now coming to the form, this will be the actual place where user enters data. If you see entire this one, we can say UI. But the form means, suppose if I want to enter a contact, I should fill some form, right? That is the place which I will fill the data. Okay, getting. So UI means entire everything comes under this environment that will come as a user interface. Form means for each table we will have a separate form. Okay. So to show contacts we will have views. To show multiple records we will have views. To show multiple records from a table we will be using view. To create a to create a or show a single record from table we will be using. So let's go back to contact. So what I'm doing, I'm just giving my name. So here I'm not filling any account, I'm filling number. Like this you can fill all the details, these are optional. Now if you see where I'm filling on the contact, right? So this is the contact form, I can say. Now if you see on this contact you have summary is there, you have details is there. So these things we will call it as a tabs. So within forms you will have a tabs. So tabs are nothing but a some group in the form. Okay. If you see you have summary, you have details. So these are like a segregating. So in the here you have personal information marketing building, right? So within tab again you have in the summary tab you have general information, you have timeline, you have related cases. So these are like one more section, right? One more detailed under tab. So those we will call it as a sections. One more group of things, right? So under tabs you will be having sections. Okay. In the sections you will be having the actual fields. So under this contact table we have this rows, right? These are the values we are filling, right? So if contact is a table, if this entire record will be a row, this will be like column, right? First name is one column, last name is one column, mobile number is one column. Okay. So what you have in a single form, it will show a record. In that record, you will have the tabs. In the tabs, you will have the sections. In the sections, you will be having the fields or columns where you will enter data. Getting Sanjay?
Yes, yes, sure.
So just understand this structure because this will be the common for every table. So if I create some other record as well, for this also it will have a form to fill any table information, to say any record we should have a form. Now if you see here also you have sections, you have field columns, tabs. Here also you have tabs, here also you have sections, here also you have columns to fill the data. Okay. Now if you see for this contact, whatever I entered here, you have a single form, you don't have any options. But when you come to case, you have an enhanced full case form, case for multiplication form. So what does it mean? For a single entity, you can have a multiple forms because suppose I am working for some sales business. I will have the sales manager. I will have the sales representative. Sales representative will fill only basic details. So he needs some form where he can enter the data, where sales manager want to see all entire information about that record. So in that place, he will have a separate form for that record. So like that, we can have a multiple forms for a single table where we can navigate from here. Okay, so like this we can configure. So for a table, you can have a single form or multiple forms. Under the forms, you will be having the tabs, sections, columns like this. Okay, any questions?
No worries.
Mm. Next, if you see here, and you have here also you have save and close, place new, open org chart, deactivate, connect. All these some buttons you are seeing, right? So these we will call it as a out of the box ribbon buttons. So what do you mean by out of the box ribbons? The out of the box day before yesterday or day yesterday I said right. Out of the box means which are coming by default. Those we will call it as a out of the box. So when I installed Dynamics 365 for contact, these buttons are coming automatically. Now when I go to cases, new case, here also I will have these buttons. So these are the buttons we will have by default. So these are the out of the box buttons, out of the box ribbon. So in this ribbon, you will have again you will have a similar save and root like this new. Here also you will have save and close, root and new like that. So basically to make any changes to the record, suppose if I made something instead of this phone number, I am entering other phone number. So whenever you make changes, if you see it is showing unsaved. To save this record again to the Dataverse DB, you have to click on save, right? So you will be using the save button. Okay. Suppose if you want to close this record, you will be using save and close. It will be gone. Suppose if you click on new, it will create a new contact or new case. So like that. So these are the basic CRUD operations buttons which will help us to do the like form filling, form updating, record updating, like that. Okay. Any questions?
No worries.
Cool. So now we understood what is form, what is view, what are ribbons. So these are the basic things. Now if I go to contacts, earlier we don't have any records. If you see now, we have record. That's why it is showing one record. It is showing under my active contacts because I created the record, right? That's why it is showing here. Suppose if you want to see entire system contacts, you can see it from all contacts. If you want to see entire all active contacts from this, these are the views. Views are nothing but the item where it will show the records. It will have specific conditions. So when it is showing my active contacts, it will be showing it should show only created by me record, right? For that you will have some filter. If you click on this edit filters, it will have the some conditions. Owners equals to current user, status equals to active. Like that, for every view there will be a filter. You can add your own filters or you can use the out of the box filters. So if you go to all contacts, here if you see click on the filters, you won't have anything because all contacts means it will show every user contacts, every active inactive record. That's why you won't have anything. But if you go to active contacts, here if you click on it, it will show active filter. Like that, every view will work from a filter. Like it will have a view filters to show the data. So based upon that filters only, it will show. If you don't have anything, means it will show entire table records. Okay, understood? So if you see here, these are the views by coming by default, right? So these are the out of the box we will see. For the case also, if you click on, we will have these are the views. So these are the out of the box views. So whatever we are getting from product, those we will call the out of the box. Okay. For the ribbons also we are getting some buttons, right? Here this is also one button, show chart. So these are the out of the box buttons to work on records. Okay. Now if you see, let me create a new case. So let me create a new case record. It is an I'm on the enhanced full case form. So here we have some type. This is one column we need to fill. This is one column we need to fill. This is one column we need to fill. Like that. So whenever you are creating a record, you need to fill the details to save a record. Okay. So now we are on the case form, right? So what did we understand from yesterday class? Customer service means we will be using customer service for the service to the customer, right? So whenever you have any issue, you bought some product or you are availing some service from some organization, some business, and you have one issue. So what you will do, you will be contacting the customer support for that company, right? Suppose you bought a some phone from the Flipkart. So after delivering it, you got some issue. So what you will be doing, you will be reaching the customer support. So for that customer support for from the Flipkart app, you will be going to the go to customer support thing. Whenever go to customer support, they will ask some predefined information. They will ask some prerequisite information to create a ticket. Once ticket is created, some person you will be connected to some person. You will be on hold for some time. Then it will be connected to some agent. The agent will help you to resolve your issue, right? So if you see this process, if you go come to Amazon also, it will be similar. You will be enter your product details, whatever the issue you have, then it will connect to agent, then agent will connect with you and agent will resolve. So every customer service life cycle follows a similar. So what is that life cycle? Yesterday we have seen for a few example, right? Let's open the plain one. So this will be easy to demonstrate. Okay. Okay. Now if we see here we have customer. For ignore gold customer, entitlement, all those I will tell again. Now if you see here this customer, so what he is doing, he had some issue, let's assume. So here if you see, he can make a phone call to connect to customer service. He can send an email to connect to customer service. He can do chat to connect to customer service. He can do send a message like that. He has multiple options to connect to customer service. So in our example, whenever customer has an issue, he will be connecting from some channel, right? These are the channels we can say. Mobile phone is one channel, email is one channel, chat is one channel, using mobile application is one channel, using web application is one channel, like that. So whenever user has some issue, he will be connecting through some channel. Once he connected through some channel, what will happen? A case has to be created, right, to address his issue, to track his issue, to provide the details on his issue. So we will get also ticket number, right? Whenever we raise a ticket, like that. So case will be created. For that case, we will be having the number. Okay. So then once case is created, it will be assigning to the agent. So agent is the person who will be working on that case, who will be working on the ticket to resolve your issue. Suppose you have issue with some screen on your new mobile. So you want to make a replace. For the electronics by default, we don't get the replace option. So for that purpose, what did you do? You connected, you contacted customer service number. It is asked, it is created a ticket and it is assigned to some agent, right? So in the back end, whenever you connect it to customer, the phone number, it will create a case. After creating the case, it will connect to the agent. Once it is connected to agent, then he will be talking to with you. He will be assisting you. Okay. Any questions so far?
No questions, Krish.
So once agent is talking with you, he will be checking the terms and conditions, right? So what can he do? As it is electronic product, what he can do max? What are the policies he has for doing replacement? Like that, he has to go through, right? That kind of entire information, it will be there in the knowledge articles, identify research result like that. So agent will use the policy documents. Agent will be using the business documents to give you service. So whatever the issue you have, he has to address that issue, right? So for that address issue, he will be going through the entire documents. That is nothing but a knowledge articles used to find a resolution. So once he find a solution, like for he got some clause where you can make a exception, as it's a new mobile, you have a screen recording while unboxing it. So you are eligible for the refund or replacement. So then he will fill that the required information he will be sharing with you, and then he will be resolve the case. Okay, this is any general format, right? If you consider any case, this will be, so customer will be creating a case from any of the available channels. Case will be created. Once case is created, it will be connected to agent. Agent will go through the all knowledge articles whatever available there for system, and he will provide a resolution. Okay, this is typical customer service life cycle, Dynamics 365. So you should able to tell like this. How does customer service like go means? Customer will create a case with one of the available channel. Then case will be assigned to the agent. Then agent will be going through the knowledge articles to resolve that case, and he will be resolving the case like that. Okay. Now to see this life cycle in our CRM app, let me create a case. So here he is creating a customer is creating a case one of the channel, right? So let's assume he contacted phone through phone. So the case is already created. So as it is a trial environment, we can't set up that phone call and email. So we will be continuing from case creation. Okay. Now if you go on to cases, I'm just creating a new case. Now if you see here, you have the type. So suppose it's my I'm asking I want to report a problem, some issue. So that time I will be selecting a problem. I am looking for some information. So that time you will be raise a question, or you're looking for some replacement or some kind of request. So based upon your customer issue, they will be selecting one of these. So customer. So here I have to select my details, right? So what is the account they have? What is the email address to contact them? What is the email we need to contact? What is the phone number? So for that purpose, we have to select the customer. Okay. Now, please observe whenever we are filling the data, this is showing in some format. This is showing in some format. This is allowing to fill directly text. So you need to understand how these are how this kind of interface to understand more. So for this type field, type column, we have this kind of drop down. For this customer, we have this kind of, we can looking for here. Here we are entering the single line of text. So these are the field types. However, in Excel, we can make number column, we can make text column, we can make calendar column, right? Similarly, in the CRM, we will be having a different types to fill the data. Why we should have different types? Suppose if I have type also as a single line of text, someone will enter problem as a all capitals like problem. Someone will enter problem as small letters, so that there won't be consistency, right? So to make consistency in the data, we will be using formatting, data formatting. Okay, so like that, we will be using different formats in the fields. Now, if you come to title, I'm just giving like title. It could be your issue in a single line. Like let's take phone replacement. And what is the product you purchased? So right now we don't have any products configured for our app. That's why it's showing nothing. So if you want to create a product record, you can go from here. This is the view it is picking. You can create a record like that. So what is the serial number and what is the subject? So like this, we will be filling the case. Now if you see, if you have the origin from where did case created, so we have multiple channels, right? So to identify from which source case is created, whether it is created from phone, whether it is created from email, whether it is created from web, like that we can have this. So I'm selecting phone, so I got a phone call, so I created a case for customer, like that, let's assume. So here, let's say agent only creating the case, like that you can think. And the priority, is it a high priority or low priority, you can set it. See, if you see, for the high priority you have red color tap arrow, so which means you, they need to consider as serious. If it is a normal, they need to like this. So based upon your issue, they will be considering. And case status, so by default we will have the in progress status. So on hold, waiting for details, researching, like this. Suppose I'm just saving this record to explain it more. Now we see, I just filled this customer details title. Then now what is happening? It is coming with, so customer is contacted through phone channel. So case is created for them. Now what we need to do? If you see, the current status is in progress. So you asked some screen record for the phone replacement. You asked some video recording from the customer. So in that thing, it is waiting for the customer, right? So you can keep like waiting for details like this status. So why we need this many status? Because so I am one agent who will be working on that case. So there will be some supervisor who will monitor all cases, right? To track the case status, where it is, where where the agent is able to address the issue, what is the current status of the record, the case issue. So they will be tracking with the case status. So as agent requested the information, more information for the customer, right? So they will be selecting the waiting for details. Okay. Suppose if I am doing, agent is doing the researching, so he got the recording. Now he is going through the documents analysis. So in that status, he can keep the researching. Okay. So now I am done with the entire process. I am able to help the customer and I want to close this case. So how do you close? If you see on the top ribbon, you have a resolve case. Resolve case means you have addressed the issue. If you see resolution type, problem solved. If it is a problem type, it will be problem. If it is a request information, you can select the information required. Like that, we will be providing. So resolution comments you can put. provided the replacement. Okay, like this, agent will be working on a single case. He will be from starting the creating the case. It will be assigned. If you see the owner, it will be with me because it is assigned to me. Suppose if you are not able to work on this case, if you want to assign someone else, you need to assign to some other person. So that time you will be changing the owner. Okay. Any question so far? I just explained very layman terms. If you have any questions, please tell me. I can repeat.
It's no questions for me.
Cool. So now, if you see here, this corporate service workspace, if you consider for the Flipkart, it can fit. Suppose it's not about online selling. Suppose if you consider any other scenario, some hospital service also. For that also, they can create a ticket similarly this. So all customer service can fit into this one. So for every business, whenever they have a customer support, these will be fit into, right? So they can create the type, what is the case type, problem type ticket they are going to create. Customer is needed for every business, title is needed for every business. So what is the product, that product also needed for every business. Serial number will be like unique number is needed, right? If it is related to product, like that. So subject will be the what is the sections, we will go into deeper more. And origin also will be there, right? For every business, there can be a number of sources, channels for connecting customer service. So like that, if you see, this is the generic format what Microsoft is offering for the works customer service. So you can make use of this process, the default capability. Suppose if you are not able to use any of this by default given, you want to have some custom, so that also you can make it. So suppose if you don't want to have this product and serial number, you can remove them. You can remove the columns from the form, so it will be having only type customer title, like that. So Microsoft out of the box giving these are the things. If you want to leverage for your business, you can leverage. If you don't want to use it for, then you can also still remove it and you can customize it. So that is a big advantage of Microsoft. So this Power Platform and Dynamics. So what it will offer by default some capabilities. If you want to use as is, you can use. If you don't want to use, you can customize on top of it. You can remove that existing capabilities, you can add the new capabilities, like that. So based upon your need. Okay, so that's how it works. Okay, now if you see here, we haven't selected product, right? Because we don't have any product records. If you go here, so this is related to the customer service, no? So to have products in my system, so that is kind of a business who will control the what products they will support, business will support, right? So this is Copilot service workspace. Similarly, we will have Copilot service admin center. Okay, so Copilot service workspace. Similarly, we have Copilot service admin center. So the in this app, this Copilot service workspace will be used for agents to to create a cases, work on cases. In this admin center, we will do all admin kind of stuff. So we don't have, right now we don't have products, right? So products is like, who will be adding the product? Business owner should add the products. These are the products I am going to support, like that, right? So that kind of administration stuff we will be doing from here. Okay. Mm, ent- And if you see, you have seen one more entitlement optionals, right? Somewhere here, where it is. So I'm just reactivating the resolved case. I'm just navigated to different view. Here, this is status is resolved. So suppose customer came again back and I want to reopen the case. So that time we will be doing the reactivate case. Okay. Now if you reactivate case, you will see the enter information. Now if you see, you have entitlement. So what do you mean by entitlement? If you see here in the map, entitlement 15 cases. So while starting he has 15 cases, at the end he has 14 cases. So what do you mean by entitlement? Because the rules and terms and condition for the customer and the business owner. So suppose you are a Flipkart Plus customer. So you have some privileges, you have some advantages, right? That the rule set will be defined in the entitlement. If you see here under service admin center also you have entitlements. So here you will be defining how many cases he can create, what are the conditions they can maintain, like number, so allocation type, number of cases. So suppose if you have number of hours, within 2 hours they will fix it if you are a premium customer. Like that you will be defining what is the, so you will have some premium subscriptions and normal thing, right? So like that you can have a entitlements. So basically entitlement means those are the terms and conditions between the customer and the business. So based upon this entitlement only the case life cycle will work. So if it is a, if it is a high priority customer, they will be addressing the issues very soon, like that. So like that they will be deciding the entitlement scope. Okay. Now if you see, this is how we are creating case. Now I'm, suppose I am into a, he is asking for phone replacement. I am not related to the phone replacement section or area. Some other, I am from just helping the with refunding balance, not kind of for electronics. So in that scenario, this case has to assign to someone else, right? So to assign case to someone else, we will be having, we can change the owner directly if you know the other person who will be working on this case. Okay, let me open it again where it is. This is sounded. So suppose I am not the person who will be supporting this kind of issues, so I want to assign to someone else. Close, so click on owner. So here it will be available entire organization whoever available users. So now I'm looking for the LUT. So here we have these many users. So I am assigning to Sanjay. So Sanjay will look. Sanjay is actually basically from the electronics section. He will take care of the. So like that scenario, we will be changing the owner directly. So if you observe closely, whatever we are doing, the case creation and filling the details and changing the owner, everything we are doing manually, right? Inject. But if you in the real time scenario, what will be happening? There will be number of cases will be coming from the various customers, and there should be a number of cases always to assign to different teams. Like electronics, there will be separate team. class there will be separate team, like that. I'm just taking flipchart example. If you take any other example also, you will be having different sections, right, areas under your business. So to support all those things, we can't create a case manually always. We can't assign cases manually always, right? So we should need some mechanism to support this entire case life cycle, right? So for that purpose, we have unified routing. So unified routing is a sub-concept in the customer service where it will deal with case creation, case assignment, case resolution, everything. So unified routing means it will have from the case creation, it will automatically it will assign to some team, then automatically resolve to some person on closure. So you understood what do you mean by unified routing? Any questions?
No.
So whatever we learned so far, the customer service life cycle that can fit into any business. But whenever you're considering any business in the real time, there will be a number of channels will be there, a number of customers will be reporting the issue, a number of cases will be creating. A number of cases should be assigned to some person. Like that, we will be having the actual scenario, right? We can't create manually the case, right? So for that purpose, we will be having unified routing. In the unified routing, where we will have a setup for everything, whatever we are doing. So like that, we will be managing. Now, if you see here in the admin center, you have all these kind of customer support section is here. What is you have overview section, you have channels. What are the channels you can support, manage channels, and what are the queues, what are the routing mechanism you manage, unified routing, basic routing, like that. You will be having agentic routing, like these are the settings where we will be using case settings, case management agent, case sentiment. So these are admin center place where you will configure is the most automatic record creation update rules, email management agent, like that. We have this all this. So whatever you see, the agent, quality management and agent, email management agent, one more you have, right, routing, case management agent. All these are like co-pilot agents where they are helping for your business in the customer service. So first we will learn about what do you mean by each normal behavior, then we will go to agents. Okay, so today that's all I want to cover high level. Tomorrow we will go deep into what do you mean by unified routing, what we will be doing in the service admin center for this configuration, how we will be creating cases directly, not from here, like that we will see. Okay, any questions?
No worries. I have one
So
question, which, if you don't mind. Uh,
you
in real life scenarios, as we are going some experience, what type of cases do we get in real life? I
yes, good question. So if you see here, we have these many channels, right? So phone call that are most generic. So whatever the issue you have, what you will do first, you will call them. Some customer support, customer service number will be there. You will call them.
yeah, yeah,
So once you call them, once you talk with them, you will get a mail or you will get a confirmation like so and so ticket is created and so and so person is working on that. Like that, you will get a messages, right? So that is one channel. So in our dynamic CRM, we will be using the email 90%, 10% is phone, the chat and this mobile app, this web application, these are remaining person, because if you use chat, they need live interaction, right? So the opposite agent should be available whenever you are pinging. Now, after this new agentic era, if you see whatever the website you open, they one pop-up is coming how to help you. That is a agent. So that is a live chart. So in our legacy Dynamics 365, the new business now they are migrating to the chart, but the old 90% of the business will use only email. So whenever you they have issue, they will send a email, a case will be created, it will be assigned to a person, and they are communicating through emails. Some scenarios they need a phone call setup, right? They should have some common customer service number. Customer should call to that number only, like that. So this phone call service is not used that much effective. This also it's there. So if you see in the managed channels, here we would be having channels what voice, chat, social, SMS. These are the channels we support. But if you see these are not there by default, right? You have to choose for your service, customer service, what you want. You want to have voice, you want to have chat, like that. So in 90% business real-time scenarios, they will be using email channel for the creating cases. Now recently they are adding this chart, live chat agents.
Got
Okay,
it.
so for the resume preparation also you need to focus on these two only. When is email is like this, email one is email channel, the other one is chart. So we will be preparing the project based upon this only. Okay.
Got it.
Any questions? So this is the basic about customer service lifecycle. Hope you understood. Any questions so far? So we are done with three classes, right? We haven't started any actual hands-on, right? We are just explaining the concept. Once we go to the from the sixth class, every day we will do it in the maker portal only. Some are we will be customizing the forms, we will be customizing the tabs, we will be creating the fields, everything. Okay. So for right now, till fifth day, we will be having basic idea about the CRM. So what I'm expecting from you guys, whenever we are having these kind of sessions, you need to understand the navigation. What do you mean by sitemap? Whatever I explained in the class, you need to explore more how it is behaving. Just click. You have the environment, you have the access. You can just whatever you want, right? Click on this record, click on this button, see what is the behavior, what is the inbox. Like that, you need to explore. So it needs a 50-50 kind of effort. Whatever I tell, some 50% you have to practice the same. Then only you can achieve the 100%. Okay. Chalo then. I will be sharing.